my Chunkman account. It's not following traditional Chunkman rules, but I made a spreadsheet with a bunch of tasks, so we can unlock chunks in order to unlock all the landmass chunks of Gielinor. Last episode, that culminated in a bunch of Slayer, where we completed 3 boss tasks, 2 combat achievement tasks, and then went for another quest and mini quest, totaling 7 new chunks. Those chunks were again all islands, and most notably we got our first 2 parts of Lunar Isle. It is a very good day for our chunk account, as they have just released the cow boss. Why are we so happy that they released a low level boss? Well, it comes with a quest. A quest is one of the tasks on our dashboard, which means we will get a chunk with that quest completion. And then of course, because there is a boss, we will get 4 tasks for the boss KC. So that's definitely 5 chunks we will unlock just by unlocking this boss. And I saw they already brought out the combat achievements as well for Brutus. There are 5, so that's actually quite perfect because we need 150 combat tasks to get another chunk that way. So if we are able to complete all 5 of them, we will get 6 chunks in total because of a single update, which is amazing for us right about now. Let's start at the beginning and let's start the quest first. It seems that Cassius wants to make a milk imperium, but for that we need to do a little spying on how the farmers across the river Lum are actually making that good milk. Talking to Gilly, she says that the cows are just happy because they are here with them and that makes them so productive. For more tips, we can visit her father Seth. We got a book from Seth Groth with the best practices and we then gave that to Cassius so that he can do the same things that are in that book. Before we can start the empire, we also need to drink the milk, but it doesn't really taste good. One of the next steps is that we actually need a permit to sell the milk. We asked one to Duke Horatio as he is the governing body here, but he seems to not want to give us anything until we have talked to Gilly. Basically, we need to ask the competition, which is kind of strange. Talking to Gilly, she noticed that the milk isn't all that great, so we would be a very bad competitor to her. So we made a deal with her that if we get rid of a bull that is causing some ruckus here, then she would grant us the permit. So let's release the bull and let's kill him. There we go. After dispatching the bull, we noticed a name tag and it was Brutus. We have heard that name before because Cassius has told us that his business partner was called Brutus. So he seems to have sent the bull here to cause a ruckus. And with that news, we have completed the IDs of milk. A bit of a strange quest, but that gives us 1 quest point, access to Brutus's field for the boss fight, and Gilly's cowbell supply. That's the quest completed, so that means that we have gotten our first chunk. And now, let's just go and do some Darox and kill some cow. Why am I wearing Darox though? Well, if you go and look at the combat tasks, if we want to do the speed trialist, we need to kill it pretty much in 1 hit. The only thing that I can think of that we can do it with our gear is with Darox. There's no other way I can think of, like with a spec weapon or something. I don't think that anything does enough damage to kill it in 1 hit. So that's why we are going to go full Darox. And this time we do have a Dwarven Rock Cake. Last time when we went to the mole for the combat achievement to kill it in 4 hits, we did not have this and this was really annoying, but now luckily we have the Dwarven Rock Cake to go back to 1 HP and then kill the boss. So let's have a look how that goes. Hopefully we don't have to do too many kills to get the 1-hit kill. At least I'm hoping that we get it before the 250 KC mark, of course, because that is our last KC task. I was just talking to Gilly before we went in, because if we ring this cowbell, the respawn timer of Brutus is lower. But on the other hand, I also wanted it for the charge option here, because this is a teleport to this pen. But we also got a lamp. And it seems like we can put it into everything that is combat related. So let's just put it on to prayer, as that is the lowest skill we still have left. So 1000 prayer experience, nice. Now let's get in and let's kill that boss. Holy shit! First time we tried this and we immediately get the one-hit kill, but I don't think Smarter Than a Cow is the 2 case. Yeah, it's not the one we want. Oh, that's actually so stupid. We got it first try and I wasn't even boosted with super attack. Okay, so it's definitely possible, which is really, really nice. Oh, kill number 3 and we already get one of the uniques, the Muleta. Not really useful for us because we already have our Dragon Defender, but nice to see we already get one of the uniques. And there we have the one-hit kill right after for, yes, the Brutus Speed Trialist combat achievement. Okay, I thought this was going to take quite a while to actually get this, but really nice to see that we can now just get some other gear probably, because I don't want to accidentally die because we were AFKing too much. And there is kill number 10 for another combat achievement, Brutus Champion. The only one we now have left is to pretty much do it without equipping anything. That won't be a problem, but I don't want to do it on this low amount of HP, so let's get that one after we re-gear. And there we go, that should be the last combat achievement. Oh, or we get the cow slippers instead. Yeah, probably because I didn't unequip the Berserker ring quick enough. I'm actually not sure why we didn't get the combat achievement. Surely now we get the last combat achievement. Yes, there we go. Beef versus beef. That also puts us back to the hard tier of the combat achievements. After this, we're going to get our lamp as well, but let's get to the KC first, as this was another chunk through the combat tasks. The last couple of chunks are all through KC, so only 233 KC left to go. Oh, there's skill number 50 already passed. This is going so fast, it's actually crazy. I don't think this thing has any defense, like you cut through it like butter. And this would have been so nice if we started the account like with this boss so close by. It would have been some nice chunks to start off with. Like the drops would also be pretty nice with the cowbell, which is a teleport. And also like the other unique that we haven't gotten yet, the infinite milk bucket. That would have also been really nice to have, because we did make quite a few milk products to make potato with cheeses and such, just to get some decent food. And like the XP here is also pretty good with the 40 XP, with the bones we get. So yeah, a really good addition that I really wish was in the game when I started this account. And there's kill number 100 for the 5th chunk. Only 150 kills left and we get our 6th chunk as well. Oh, finally! The bottomless milk bucket. It's now kill 187 and I think this is a 1 in 40, so we're like 4.5 times the rate for this one. And in just over 2 hours, we started the quest, got all of the combat achievements, and now we have reached 250 KC for our 6th chunk. So in 2 hours we got 6 chunks, which is just amazing. Maybe let's also have a look at the collection log right about now. We got 7 Melita, 1 bottomless milk bucket, and then the cow slippers ones. No beef. Also all 5 combat achievements done. I feel pretty good right about now. Let's see if we can get that same feeling when we are rolling chunks. But first of all, let's complete them on our dashboard. I have added all of the new tasks, so meaning the quest that was added, the combat achievements that were added, together with the bosses that were added. Well, for bosses I actually added Brutus, of course, but I actually kind of forgot that the Shellbane Griffin was also within the expansion with sailing, so this one I also added. So you will see that the boss tasks will go up by 8 instead of by 4. But as the list needs to be refreshed, let's start with the combat achievements because that one is in the list already. We have completed 150 combat tasks. If we complete that, we are now at 30 completed in total out of 127. Next up, the Ides of Milk quest has been completed, which was our 143rd quest. And then for the 4 boss tasks, we have killed Brutus the first time for our 84th boss task. Killed Brutus 50 times for our 85th boss task. Killed it 100 times as well for our 86th boss task. And then the 6th task we completed. We have completed Brutus in its entirety. 250 KC done for our 87th boss task and our 439th chunk. And then of course we need to pick the chunks as well. We are looking for a couple of things. There are a bunch of islands that are rollable, which we don't really want, but the amount is just so big that we will definitely get some. But if we would get something interesting, we are looking for the shipyard right over here. So getting closer via the water chunks and then unlocking the shipyard because that would unlock sailing. Then if you go up a bit, those 2 chunks over here to get to Zolra and to Anti-Venom, so we can actually go back to Araxor. And then we have a nice little chunk over here that has been rollable for quite a long time. The chunk with the coal trucks would give us a cannon, which would be just amazing to do some Slayer with the cannon for once. But on the other hand, it would also unlock Piety. And then I think just in general, if we would unlock everything towards the Lunar Island together with the Fremenic Islands, that would be great as well. We have 6 chunks to make that happen, so let's see for the first one if we can actually get one of those. Let's pick a chunk. Oh boy, yes. A piece of an island next to Fossil Island. That's not a great one to unlock. I think this island was already here before the sailing update. And I think it was something to do with the Dragon Slayer 2 quest where you needed to solve a puzzle or something. But yeah, you cannot get here. But it is landmass, so we needed to unlock it for our account. So that's now done, I guess. Let's quickly go over to the second chunk. Maybe that will be a better one. Let's pick a chunk. Another part of the Cursed Archipelago. Like, we're unlocking this quite quickly, I must say. For content that has not been released yet, yeah, this is not that fun to unlock. It might be good that we have unlocked this if we can go there in the future, but yeah, sailing related, so it would be great to unlock sailing first. But again, landmass chunk is landmass chunk, so we are going for our 3rd landmass chunk right about now. Let's pick a chunk. Okay, we're slowly going around the sea. That's the Isle of Bones now unlocked. I have no clue what you can get over here. But I think as soon as we unlock sailing, we'll probably go around all of the islands just to see what is all over there. But for now, it's kind of useless. But that's 3 and 3 for the landmass chunk rolls. Let's pick a chunk. And it is a full water chunk, so that's a good thing. We are not really interested in those, that's not the account mission. So that's just going to be a reroll for that 4th chunk. So let's try this again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh god, we're reverting back to the Cursed Archipelago. Not what we want, not what we want, but okay. That's now 4 landmass chunks unlocked. Let's go for the 5th. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, we keep being in that region. And this is a dock. This is not landmass. But it does give us the possibility to unlock more of the Great Conch, which is a good thing, because as soon as we get to sailing and we can get to this island, we can also do the quest. But again, water chunk. So let's get back to rolling chunk number 5. Let's pick a chunk. Okay. That's the one we just tagged below the Isle of Bones. Also a water chunk. So let's try again for the 5th chunk. Let's pick a chunk. We keep rolling in that vicinity. Now it's possible to unlock the Charred Island, but the actual chunk we unlocked was a water chunk as well. Might take a while before we get that 5th chunk, but let's hope the wait is worth it. Let's pick a chunk. Oh god, that was definitely not worth the wait. Oh boy, boy, oh boy. Like, 3 out of the 6 chunks we've unlocked were now pieces of the Cursed Archipelago. Like, it's definitely worth the name for us. It is definitely cursed. But okay, that's the 5th landmass chunk. Let's go for our last one and let's hope it's a good one. Come on. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, okay. It's part of the mainland and that's the Myths Guild. It's actually not a bad chunk to unlock even though we cannot do the quest. It's not bad because the spirit tree is over here. So if we ever want to get over here. So in that regard it's not bad, but it's not particularly good either. I think for the Dragon Slayer 2 quest we need Bone Voyage because we need to go to Fossil Island, and for Bone Voyage we need, where is it? Here, the Woodcutting Guild. And we're slowly but surely getting closer, but yeah. Last episode we left off by doing some Slayer and by trying our luck at Araxor. By doing that we got about halfway the level to 93, and 93 would mean that we can kill the Smoke Devils, which means Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, which is another boss. Bosses are great for this account as you definitely get a 1kc chunk, so I pretty much want to try and get 93 this episode. We are also like 7 levels away to get another chunk via the total level way. We'll definitely get a couple more levels in the combat stats, and we're probably going to be pretty close to getting that total level chunk. So it all serves the same purpose pretty much. And one other thing is that I want to do some more Slayer because we already have 18 hard caskets. And for the hard caskets we need 25 to get another chunk that way. So we need 7 more, and Slayer is kind of perfect to get more hard clues. So what we currently have in our task storage, we have Araxites because we want to still do Araxor, but hopefully when we get some anti-venom. The current assignment is still void, so I'm pretty much looking for anything that can give us a hard clue. Or we can do Jad as well. Okay, we'll definitely do the Jad task. If we look to the fight caves, we currently have 13 capes. That would be our 14th. I believe we need 25 to do the last KC task for Jad, so getting one closer is always a good thing. And there we go, another 25k Slayer experience for cape number 14. Oh, Abyssal Demons. That means we can finish our Sire task. And that is getting up to 250 kc, and if we're maybe just a little lucky, I want to really complete this bludgeon. So if we get the bludgeon spine within 250 kc, that will be really nice. I'm not really sure if we want to do more just to hunt this last piece, but I think it might be worth it just to have a very good crush weapon. But let's first of all see to get that last chunk for Abyssal Sire. And there we have kill number 250 for Abyssal Sire. Except for the couple of deaths, this went pretty good. So let's go and complete the 250 Abyssal Sire task. Our last task for Abyssal Sire, and then let's see which chunk we are going to get. The last boss task for Abyssal Sire has been completed. We are now at 88 boss tasks completed for 440 landmass chunks. And then for the chunk itself, let's have a look what we are going to get. Let's pick a chunk. That's a water chunk, but we do get closer to a part of the Great Conch, which is not bad. As the chunk we unlocked was a full water chunk, let's try that again. Let's pick a chunk. That's another water chunk, but yeah, a whole eastern way. Not important though. Third time's a charm. Let's pick a chunk. Okay, the chunk next to it we unlock now. Okay, so let's go again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, nice. We get another piece of the Great Conch. I'm now not 100% sure if we actually need this one for the quest. I think if we unlock 3 more, we can actually do the quest when we unlock sailing, which I hope isn't in the far future. Normally, I would not go for more than 250 KC on any boss because it's usually fairly useless to this account. But for this one, I think I'm gonna make an exception like we did for Kraken, just because of the upgrade we can get here. We still need just 1 more of these Unsires to get the last bludgeon piece. As soon as we get that, I'm probably just going to go for normal Abyssal Demons. But for now, I really want that bludgeon. The bludgeon is going to be so useful in a lot of content. So I'm pretty much hoping we get another Unsired in the next 119 KC we have left on our Slayer task. And otherwise, yeah, we'll just keep on going and do more Slayer, as we are actually getting fairly close to the level for thermonuclear smoke devils. Oh, yes! 255 KC and we get our 4th Unsired. Oh, this could be amazing. This could be really, really good. The luck here at Sire is just disgusting. 1 in 100 to get an Unsired. We've gotten 4 in 255, which is so good. We've already gotten 2 pieces of the bludgeon. It's very likely we get the last piece of the bludgeon, and that would mean we're pretty much done here. Last time we got a whip, which I really don't want to get. I don't want to get the pet or the jar, those are useless. Dagger I wouldn't be all that fussed about, but I really want to get the bludgeon spine. So let's have a look. Let's put the Unsired into the font of consumption, and we get... Ooh, okay, Abyssal Dagger. It's not that bad, but yeah, I would have rather seen the bludgeon completion. But okay, we can put on some poison plus on this. And then I actually want to see the difference. In general, this should be like massively better, right, than the Dragon Dagger? Like tick speed 2.4. Yeah, this is the same. Maybe the special attack, I'm not really sure what this is. Also 25%. Although the Dragon Dagger does 2 quick slashes with increased accuracy and increased damage, while the Abyssal Dagger hits twice with 25% increased accuracy, so 10% more, but it inflicts 15% less per hit. So I'm not really sure if this is better or not. Like, we see a lot of people still using the Dragon Dagger, but I'm not really sure if it's better for us to use the Abyssal one or just the Dragon one. I think I'm just gonna test it out to see if I hit more accurately with this. Hey, and there's another strength level as well. And there we go. That is the last kill of our Slayer task. We are now at 368 Abyssal Sire, so we're still lucky on the Unsired. So maybe if we get another task, we can get that last Unsired to get that last piece of the bludgeon. But for now, if you look at the experience, we're only 5,000 experience away from 93, which means Termi. So let's just get the next task, get the level, and then we can actually go to Thermonuclear Smoke Devil immediately without a task. Well, I just did a Black Dragon task, which is not enough to get us the level. But we do immediately get another Abyssal Demon task, so I guess we'll get the level at Sire. And there we go, with 2 more respiratory systems down, that is 93 Slayer. I'm not gonna complete the kill, because we don't really have the supplies to do another kill. But if we now look at the Slayer guide, we have unlocked Smoke Devils. I'm most likely going to put this task into task storage. But first of all, we can actually go and kill Termi, because if we have a look at the achievement diary, for the elite western provinces, there is a kill the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, and it explicitly says does not require a task. It normally does require a task to kill it, but just because of this diary, we can get 1 kill for free. And 1 kill for free means that we actually get a chunk, because that is also a task. So let's gear up, let's go kill our first Thermonuclear Smoke Devil, and then let's see which chunk we are going to get. There we go, 1 KC done. And if we now try to attack it once again, we get the message that we need a task to kill it. 1 KC. Thermonuclear Smoke Devil has been completed. That was our 89th boss task for our 441st chunk. And then back to the map to see our chunk. So let's immediately get into it. Let's pick a chunk. Okay, yeah, that's the very top of the map. Not interesting. Also, full water chunk. I'm not really sure why there is like a little border here, but we have it now, I guess. But we're only interested in landmass chunk, so let's roll again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, is that... No, that's not a landmass chunk, but we are getting closer to the iceberg, which is a good thing. If we get these 2 chunks, we can actually do the quest Cold War. So not a bad thing to go and unlock those. But as it was a water chunk, let's go again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh boy, another one of those. Okay. Not really sure if I should just unlock all of these, because these seem like, yeah, useless things to unlock, but that's a problem for later. Let's just go again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, that's in the vicinity again. But again, a water chunk. This could take a while if we keep rolling water chunk, so let's go again. Let's pick a chunk. Ah, there we go. That is a landmass chunk. North of Mauritania, but yeah, that sea is not accessible yet, so yeah, this is not going to do anything for us at the moment. I was actually going to put the Abyssal Demons into the storage, but apparently we already have the Araxites there for the Araxite KC that we need, so I think I'm just going to cancel a couple of tasks to see if we can actually get a Smoke Devil task pretty quickly. I don't want to go back to Sire, because that was mainly for the experience. We don't really need more experience now that we are 93, so I'll just cancel these, and if we ever want to go back to Sire to complete that bludgeon, we'll get enough Abyssal Demon tasks if we are going to go for 95 Slayer when we unlock Hydra, but that's still far in the future, as that's pretty much the other side of the map. Or we could do another Jad task. Okay, yeah, I'm definitely going to do this one, because every time we get AKC at Jad, it's just going to snowball into getting the last chunk there. There we go. That is cape number 15. Hey! And then After another skip, we finally get Smoke Devils. Let's get to Termi, let's get to the 50 KC and the 100 KC. And I'm now not really sure. We have 150 combat tasks. We need 155 for another chunk that way. But the thermonuclear smoke devil only has 3. So we're not gonna make it, but I might actually try to get all 3 of them. And there's kill number 20 for the first combat achievement, thermonuclear veteran. It's going pretty quick. The kills are pretty quick, but it also is pretty quick on the prayer potions. Like, I'm going to go through them in a rapid succession just by doing this method. So I'm probably not going to go much further than the 250 KC mark, because there's also not really anything useful here. Like, you can just get the necklace at the small ones, which is actually the only reward here that is worth going to these monsters here. And there we go. That's the kill with only special attacks. Yes, specced out. Actually, it wasn't that bad. Only needed to go to the house like 2 times to regen the spec. And that's 50 KC. Let's get to 100 and then let's roll the 2 chunks, as we won't get to 250 with this Smoke Devil task anyway. Holy shit, what the fuck? That's a Gyro Stone at 66 KC. This is the only item I am missing on my main account, which is kind of annoying that I get it on here. But yeah, that's a very weird item to get, very rare. Like, I would have rather had the necklace, of course, but I guess we can pimp out our house. And there we have kill number 100 already for our second chunk. Let's take a little break to roll the chunks and then see if we're going to continue with these 80 that we have left and then hunt for another Smoke Devil task or not. Another 2 fast completions. We have killed the thermonuclear Smoke Devil 50 times. That will put us up to 90 boss tasks completed. And then immediately the next one as well. Thermonuclear Smoke Devil 100 KC has also been completed for 91 boss tasks completed and 443 landmass chunks now. And then back to the map. We have 2 chances to roll something interesting. So let's see what the first one is going to be. Let's pick a chunk. That is a full water chunk. So let's roll again. Let's pick a chunk. Is that again? Yes. Okay, we're clearing up the Western Ocean, which is kind of interesting. As soon as we get to sailing, we won't have to do some weird things to get around these ocean tiles. But again, water tile, nothing interesting. Come on, if we get water tiles, let's at least get closer to the shipyard. But okay, 3rd time's a charm. Let's pick a chunk. That's somewhat closer, but not what I had in mind. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, that is Dog Nose Island. It's a very low level island. I think you can get a piece of the amulet here as well. I think in general just a decent island to unlock. But as long as we do not have sailing, it's kind of moot. But let's have a look what the second one is going to be instead. Let's pick a chunk. Oh. Oh. Our first Varlamore chunk. To actually get here, we need to get to this chunk over here because the Quetzin is over here. Or if we unlock sailing, we could just use this chunk here. But for now, it's just the start of Varlamore, which is kind of interesting, but it doesn't really do much at the moment. Oh, nice! That's a smoke bottle staff. It's actually quite rare. so I didn't actually imagine we would get it, but it's actually a really interesting one to get, as it is a combination staff. So this is definitely going to be used. So kind of nice we got this from the thermonuclear smoke devil. But now at 113 KC, still quite a while to go, 66 on the Slayer task, so that's probably going to be the next flip, or maybe if you're really lucky we can also get the necklace. And that's the Slayer task completed. We're only 179 KC because I got a ragged one and I accidentally killed a normal smoke devil, so that's why we are not at the 181 that we should have been. We need 71 more KC to get the last chunk that way. So let's go and have a look if we can actually get a new task. Hey, there we go. I did like 2 tasks and then skipped a couple. And there we have our smoke devils. Let's get to 250 KC on Thermi. And then let's see our last chunk of the episode. Oh fuck, no! Oh, we actually got it! Yes! I saw on the wiki for hazard prevention that if you teleport out when you deal less damage for this combat achievement, that it does not really proc, but it does. So that's really nice. That is killing the thermonuclear smoke devil without it hitting anyone. How I did this was pretty much going back and forth to Castle Wars, just speccing it, going back to Castle Wars, speccing it one more time. And that way it does not hit us, but this was a really annoying one to get. I tried to do it with magic first, but that really wasn't working because we didn't really do enough DPS to kill it before the freeze went out and I could not refreeze in time, so we got hit. So yeah, that is now green logging the thermonuclear smoke devil for the combat tasks. Oh, yes! Oh my god! We actually got everything from the thermonuclear smoke devil. Well, that's our news. Best in slot for magic. Ah, so lovely. So now, after we are done with like the next 29 KC, we will probably not even touch smoke devils anymore. Definitely not Thermi, as we have already completed all of the combat achievements as well. So yeah, pretty happy to see everything here. Even that jar we got. But let's get our last couple of KC and then let's finally get our last chunk. And there we go. After a massive amount of prayer potions, that is kill number 250 from the thermonuclear smoke devil. Pretty lucky at this boss. Got the 2 uniques plus the jar of smoke. Got all of the combat achievements, so it's just useless to get back to the boss. So it is going to sit at 250 KC forever. But most importantly, we are now at 250 KC, which is the last task we got for thermonuclear smoke devil. So let's go and complete it on our dashboard and then let's see which chunk we are going to get. Last boss task of the thermonuclear smoke devil has been completed for our 92nd boss task and our 444th chunk. And then for the chunk, let's see which island we are going to get. Let's pick a chunk. Okay, something's very far in the ocean, but that's a water tile, so that's not something we are looking for. We are looking for a landmass chunk. Let's try again. Let's pick a chunk. Oh, that's still water. Getting closer to the entrance of the Fortis Sultan. That's not a bad thing. Maybe we can get there quicker by sailing than by quitting, but a water chunk is a water chunk. So let's go again. Let's pick a landmass chunk. Oh, did that do the trick? No, that's just a reef. Okay. Let's go again. Let's pick a chunk. Ooh. We're actually getting closer to the shipyard, which is good. But that is another piece of the Isle of Souls. I'm not really sure. Like, there's an elite step over here. If we can now get through this tree. Or if we could already get through here. Or if we still need one of the other chunks to actually be able to get there. But yeah, I don't think there's all that many interesting things here. I think the most important thing here is that we are getting closer to the shipyard. Because every chunk we get closer to this, the closer we get to sailing, and that would be amazing to unlock on this account. Massive amount of progress this episode, and all because of the low-level boss they introduced into the game. We're now also finished with Slayer for a while, so we'll have to find some other ways to unlock our next couple of chunks. That's for next time though, so I hope to see you there, and for the rest, have a wonderful day.